And what you'll do is you'll use that hole to mount your muffler. Oh, jeez, not your muffler, folks. OMG. Okay. Hey there, welcome back to RevRender Garage. I am Sean, as always, and today we are going to be talking about the stock headlights on a Mad Dog scooter, as well as a Ruckus, and honestly, a lot of these knockoff Ruckus scooters have the exact same setup in the front, where they have a double headlight with the same exact mounts. We've got Austin here. As you know, he's taken off the battery box in preparation for removal of this, but the idea behind it is we're going to create a new mount that allows you to convert these double, very dim, very fragile lights into...
fragile when they have such guards on them.
Oh. They're just cheap plastic.
You
Gen 4s do not come with the guards. Gen 1s do, Gen 4s do not.
But they still have the same double headlights. So one of the things that has been a big proponent in doing this is the cost of a mount for a single headlight.
Yep, I've actually went ahead, when I first got my original Mad Dog, I bought a single headlight kit from Rolling Wrench.
And this was a Gen 4.
It's a really nice kit, you know, knocks on the kit itself. I don't know if it was quite worth the money I spent. I think $200 shipped to my house, which is pretty expensive for a headlight for a scooter by itself. But that being said, the material for the headlight mount itself is what I paid the money for. The headlight itself I could probably get for $49 on Amazon, but the mount is what you can't buy and what I paid the money for. So that's what we're going to try and have Sean right here CAD up himself and get us a mount so we could actually mount our own headlight for a lot cheaper and get the same look.
Story problem time. If person A pays $130 for a headlight mount and person B 3D prints one for $5, who is smarter and saving $125? If you answered person B, you are correct.
This is the bulb that Shane wanted to do on his new makeover scooter, which we'll be showing you videos of that coming up soon.
You can see a sneak peek right behind Sean right now.
There it is. Oh my God, it's going to be sanded. Anyways, so he bought one of these bulbs. I purchased one so that I could take it up to the North shop and I could use this as a mock-up for making our own mount for this. The one thing I had to pay attention to when making a mount for this is that when you remove the stock double headlight mount, you're losing your blinkers. On a Gen 1, the blinkers are part of the headlight mount. On a Gen 4 and a 5, you have your blinker lights built in to the back of the battery box. So this is why this mount works great for both Ruckus and Gen 1 Mad Dogs, because you're going to get the blinker mounts as part of this. If you want extra blinkers.
And we'll even have a separate option for Gen 4 or 5 Mad Dogs. If you want no blinker options on the headlight, we could easily have that option as well.
Exactly. We actually already have a mount for that. We just are not showing you that one right now. We're going to show you the one that has blinker mounts as part of it right now. And in the future, we are going to be coming out with one that has double blinker mounts in the front, just to be more
badass.
Why not? So we got to get this disassembled so that we can start to take measurements and get this CAD'ed up. All right, so, just kidding. All right, we are back. Austin has already removed the battery box. It took a Phillips head screwdriver and the removal of 8 screws to get that off. The next thing we're going to need is a 3/16 Allen head wrench.
Which can differ. I think stock they may be like a 4mm, 5mm bolt, but he had these powder coated and used some specific bolts. So for our application, this is what we're using.
It's hard to say because this mount is going to work across Mad Dogs for Gen 1, Gen 3.
Holy shit. Bloopers.
So, this can differ depending on your bike. As Austin mentioned, I have powder coated aftermarket bolts and put those in here. You might have something different than this, but this mount will work regardless of your generation Mad Dog or Ruckus with whatever screws you can put through those holes. All right, we're gonna get to disassembling this. We're gonna disconnect these blinkers, remove these 3 bolts, which will get this assembly off, and all we need to do is disconnect the headlights and the whole thing will come free. So, cue the time lapse, biznatches.
Get the thing disconnected.
As you can see, we've got the headlight assembly off. It was as simple as taking the 3 bolts, screws, whatever the heck you happen to have there. Just remove those 3, unplug your light, disconnect your blinkers, and you're good to go to remove this.
Oh yeah.
So now at this point, we have got our open canvas to measure and start creating a new mount that's going to hold the headlight that we showed you previously, which is a badass LED. Go from a 4-eyed bike to a cool-eyed bike. That's what you want.
All right, Sean. So how about you go ahead and design us up a mount?
I will do that. So we're going to take you up to the North Shop where I do all my CAD'ing and design work, and we're going to show you exactly what we did here to get this CAD'ed up, and then we're going to come back here. We're going to install it and show you what it looks like once you convert a double headlight to a single headlight with blinkers.
I'll sit on my butt and wait until it's done, and then I'll install it when it's done.
Arms of the angel.
I showed you what we're going to do. I showed you the idea behind it and gave you a look at the scooter on the front, exactly how it's going to mount. Cool thing about this is this works on a Ruckus as well as any generation Mad. So I've drawn up some preliminary sketches here.
Pro tip: using your brain doesn't cost any money. Ideas are free. Well, get off your ass and create something amazing already.
This is going to be the back plate right here, and it's going to have arms that come off it on the front like this. And then the headlight will mount between those, and then you'll have a mounting hole down here from behind. So on these arms near the back, right here in the corner, those arms will come out. Near the back, it's going to have a little plate that comes out, and it'll have a hole in it. And what you'll do is you'll use that hole to mount your muffler. Oh, God, I did. Jeez, it's not your muffler, folks. OMG. All right, redo. You've got this arm that comes out, and you've got your little hole that's going to mount into the side of the light. And on the back of this arm, coming out of the side, which will be right back here, the arm sticks out, you're going to have this little plate. And that plate will have a hole in it. And that hole will allow you to mount your blinker on each side. One thing that we have to compensate for is we have to make sure we put an angle on this side piece where the hole is, because this whole plate, when it rests against the front of the battery box, leans back. So if your lights don't have a tilt to them like this, they're going to tilt up too. So you need to tilt like this to twist them like that. Let's get to it and get this CAD'ed up. Okay, so now that we've got it all created, I'm going to get it over to the Creality software and get it all sliced up so we can get it printing on the printer. And we'll get this printed out, see if it works, and then we can get it on the bike if it does, and that's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Okay, let's do it. All right, folks, we have finally gotten the mount printed out. It takes quite a bit to print one of those mounts, but we're going to go over and take a look at it right now and see what it looks like. Don't mind these. These are just the little supports that it uses. Oh, look at this. Needs a little cleanup, but that looks killer. Yeah, once we get that cleaned up, it's gonna look quite nice, and we'll get that on the bike. You can see those recessed holes that we made back there. They need a little bit of cleaning up right at the actual hole. Not a big deal. Pop that off. All right, I'm very happy with this. So we're gonna go and we are gonna start getting the light mounted to this along with the blinkers and get everything wired up, hooked up, and set up on the bike so you can see it. It's gonna be bad. Can't wait. Oh, goodness. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to say? Okay, that's what I'll say. People, Jorge wants you to know that this video is really focused on 3D printing. Getting rid of these lights is easy. You just chuck them aside, and then you don't have them anymore, right? Yeah, see? Boom, they're gone. The light that Shane mounted, he sent me the link. I knew right off the bat it was not going to work with anything that we had stock, so we're going to have to get a mount. Well, finding a mount for a headlight, that's not easy, and as we said earlier, it's expensive. So the idea behind this video was to show you with 3D printing, you can create exactly what you need to customize what you want to customize. And that's what we've done here. All right, that's why we're doing this video. You saw it come off the press. Fresh off the 3D printing press. Here it is, live in person. We are going to mount it to the bike right now and show you just how well this works. Now, we talked about recessing these holes in the back because the front of the scooters, all of these Chinese scooters have a lean to them. So that's why we had to compensate for that on our blinker mounts, so that they lean forward a little bit, because when this tilts back, the blinker will sit level. So we're gonna sit this down here and show you how it just clicks right in there. And then you've got our light, and it's gonna slide right in there. And then you're gonna have your blinker lights right there. So the next thing, oh yeah, girl. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the blinker lights connected to this, get the headlight. Well, headlight goes on last because you got to be able to connect this all up. But we're going to get the blinker lights on there. We're going to mount this on there, and then we're going to get the headlight mounted up, and then we're going to wire it all up and fire it all up. And then we're going to see it and get excited all up. So the next time you see this, we're going to have the blinker lights mounted on the new mount, and we're going to have it installed on the front of the scooter. So get ready. Cue time lapse. Okay, we have got it installed. Wow. As you can see, we've got our blinker mounts installed. If you're looking from the side, they are horizontal. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this bike up and just show you what it looks like when it's in running condition. So here we go. There's your headlight. That's high beam. Drop it down to low beam. You got your blinkers. Got your right blinker. Now we're going to shut it off. All right, folks, you've seen what we've done. You've got the double headlights.
Out with the double headlights.
You don't
no more
want
of this.
The double headlights. You want this. Sleek, efficient. You saw it on. It's LED. It ain't going anywhere. You've got your blinker lights. It is sleek, pimp, slim, and amazing. What you need to do is head to RevRenderGarage.com and pick yourself up one of these blinker mounts. And I want everyone out there to tell me, what are you looking for in a headlight? What do you want in a headlight? Tell us what you like. Tell us what you want to see. If we can make this, we can make what you want. Let us know what you want. Now that you've seen all that, we're going to wrap this video up.
I'm Austin.
I am Sean. And with that,
RevRender
out.
As always, thanks for watching. Tune in every Tuesday and Saturday for new videos. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Those likes really help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, RevRender out.